Hello everybody, I'm Molly and I will be taking you through today the Corrosion Art activity. In this, today we will complete an experiment that shows you how copper oxidization causes corrosion. This is based upon the web page in the ChemBAM website linked below. Here is the background. Teachers, please feel free to use this as part of your lesson. Architects, jewelers and artists often use copper oxidization in order to make beautiful blue-green patinas on the surface of metal structures, such as the Mermaid Fountain in Birmingham and the Statue of Liberty in New York. This is the same chemical process that causes corrosion. When copper oxidizes to form copper ions, these form complexes that in solution can vary in color depending on what ligands are bound. For example, this structure is blue, this structure is green, and this structure is a very dark blue. The aim of this activity is to make your own patina on a copper surface. This is what you will need. So first you're going to need some copper metal, either a sheet of metal or a piece of pipe. I've got it as a sheet here that's rolled up, but I will unroll later. Some fine sandpaper, a plastic box with a lid, some paper towels, some 10% ammonia solution, for example for cleaning, some garden wire or any wire that would work, some table salt, some mustard, a spray bottle, and some spray lacquer, i.e. clear lacquer, top coat spray suitable for metals. So now on to what you need to do for this activity. If you are completing this with your students, please feel free to show this either before or after the students have a go themselves, depending on your group. So in order to oxidize the copper in a short amount of time, we can use ammonia. So first we're going to take the plastic container and make holes in it in order that we can suspend some wire in the container to hold the metal. So I'm going to suspend my wire like this because I want my metal to fit sideways like this. So I'm going to make 4 holes in each side, roughly lining up. And then I'm going to take my wire and thread it through both holes. Like that. And I'm going to repeat this for the other side as well, like that. I'm then going to tie these wires together on the sides. Sort of keep them tight. Like so. Then we're going to put some paper towel at the bottom of this. This is what we're going to put our ammonia solution on. Like so. So our chamber is all ready to go for later. Okay, so in order to prep the copper, it needs to be free from any dirt or oils or anything that would stop the chemical process. So I'm first going to take it out of the package. I'm then going to wash it up so it's really, really clean with washing up liquid. As you can see here, I've also got gloves on, so it should prevent the oils from my skin going onto it as well. So I'm going to measure my copper to be able to fit into my tub. I'm also going to try and unroll it so it stays flat as well. Yeah, that should work. So now I'm going to prep my surface because I know that this is clean. Now I'm going to go and wash this. So now this is clean. I'm just going to pat it dry. Also pat my gloves dry as well. We then need to rub it with very fine sandpaper in order to cause little irritations in the surface of the copper metal. So I'm just going to buff it like this. And as you can see, it's scratching the surface of the metal. So that is ready for later now as well. So once you've done this, if you don't have any gloves that you know are completely clean, try and handle the copper from the side so it doesn't get any oil or dirt onto the surface itself. Next, I'm going to dissolve a few teaspoons of salt into a solution that we can put into the spray bottle in order to spray it on the top. I'm going to get my salt, get a spatula, which is very similar to a teaspoon size. Just do a good couple of nice big teaspoons of salt on there like that. I'm going to dissolve this down in about 60 milliliters of water. I'm then going to add this to my spray bottle. so. And in order to make a design on my copper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some mustard to the surface to stop it patinaing. And so I'm going to get a very fine spatula, but you can also do this with a paintbrush or anything like that. And I'm just going to draw my design onto the surface. I've tried to draw ChemBAM, so we'll see how that goes. At this point, you then have to take your container either outside or into a fume hood because the household ammonia is not great to breathe in. So I'm just going to take you over to a fume hood now. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but I'm now going to add the ammonia to the paper towel at the bottom of the tub. So this is all soaking wet. I'm then going to add my copper to the wires so that it hangs. I'm going to very carefully, very carefully, spray my salt solution onto here. I'm then going to put the lid onto this and then leave this for a few hours.
Okay, so this has now been left for a few hours and I am taking off the lid in a fume hood. You could also do this outside in a well ventilated area. And then I'm taking the copper from this and taking it to the sink so that I can wash off the mustard. The mustard should have gone black, and so do this very carefully with a very careful stream of water. You can slightly agitate it with your fingers, but you don't want to accidentally rub off any of the copper compounds that you've just made in order to make the green-blue patina. And then I'm going to pat it dry very carefully. And then I'm going to go outside and get the spray lacquer and spray it very gently onto the surface in order to trap all of the compounds in position and to stop it from tarnishing and oxidizing any further. I would recommend following the directions for drying the spray lacquer for each of the individual brands. Mine said to leave it for an hour to be safe to touch. This is it after that time. And this is what it looks like under different light conditions. As you can see, you can quite easily see the different chemical compounds that have formed and the different colours that have formed in the patina. I then use this magnifying camera and I'll let you see what it looks like up close.
I hope you've enjoyed this activity. Please check out our other experiments, videos, and pupil resources on our website. And if you have any questions, feedback, or would like to request a visit, please use the Contact Us section of the website to get in touch. There are also some other videos that ChemBAM has made, so please check out the YouTube channel links down below. Thank you so much. Bye!